Management for Life
with Gajendra.
The topic we are going to discuss is time management, if not management of time. This is a very important concept for everybody because time is the only resource which cannot be improved. Time is the only resource which cannot be improved. We can create any other resource over a period of time, but we cannot create time. As we go on, the time is basically diminishing. So that is why this becomes a very important topic. I need to ask the question from you, are you managing time? Are you managing time properly? How do we know that? It's very simple. We can identify that based on the results. Are you developing effective results? In other words, are you using your time effectively? What are you doing with the time available? Because you know the time is running out. The time is running out. Take successful people. Take a successful person like Bill Gates, the richest man on earth for the last 10 years. Does he manage time? Yes. Does he manage time to the point? Yes. He has written so far 6 books. Now you will realize sometimes in day-to-day life, we always say we run out of time, we are busy. The common man always says you're busy. But the question is, what are you doing? You might be very, very busy, but what are you doing? Bill Gates is also busy, running one of the largest companies in the world, richest man, founder of Microsoft, still had plenty of time to write books. Donald Trump, the real estate magnate, has written 8 books. I'm taking this example because it takes an awful lot of time to write a book. Richard Branson, the head of Virgin Group, operates 350 companies. I repeat, 350 companies. How does he manage them? The answer is straightforward. He manages time perfectly. Now, if you really look at what we are doing in Sri Lanka here, we can learn a lot from them. Time management is all about managing your personality. Managing the personality, you need to always remember this. Everybody has the same time. Everybody has the same time. You have the same time, I have the same time, so has Richard Branson and Bill Gates. So everybody has the same time. How come then some people are very successful and others are not? The answer is simple. We cannot basically manage time. Why? Time is running away, plus everybody has the same time. Therefore, we need to always manage ourselves. What do we need to do? We need to manage ourselves because everybody had the same time. Remember that. We need to manage ourselves.
Management for Life
with Gajendra.
Now let's see how we can manage ourselves according to the time. I repeat, we have to manage ourselves according to the time. First of all, you need to really define what you're doing. You need to really define what you're doing. I speak to a lot of people who work in the private sector. They say private sector is tough. Private sector, we are very busy. We have a lot of things to do. We are stuck with work. We reach home late. We come early in the morning. But my question is, what are you doing? What are you doing in the organization? How come we don't hear about you in the market? Why? Simply, you're not managing time according to your schedule. So basically, first thing we need to look at is manage ourselves because time is fixed. I had the same time when I was young, so as Bill Gates. I was young, Bill Gates was young, but he's tremendously successful. Why? He managed himself. Like every one of us, a person who is 30 had the same time until he became 30, so as Michael Dell. So let's see how to learn from these people and to organize ourselves. First thing you need to do in management of time is, first thing, define what you have to do. It may be your office or it may be your business. First, define what you're doing, what your job is and what your duties are. First, define that. Take a sheet of paper and write what your main duties are first. Then, we need to look at the passage of time. You can start with a single day or a week. You can start with a day first. Let's take a day, starting from the beginning. How many hours do I have? Let's take randomly 8-hour day. So that means you have 8 hours. Now, as I said earlier, that is fixed. 8 hours is 8 hours. So for a week, you will have 40 hours. So that's the fundamental beginning. This is the time you got. Then you need to take a pen and a pencil and write what are the key things I need to do. First, write the activities, what you have to perform today, and then for the entire week. And that is the framework to begin with. Once you write all these activities, you will realize some activities are very important. Some activities are very important, but they are not urgent. That means you don't need to attend to them now. Because if you don't really understand this, you're in a problem. You might think, I have so many things to do. I have so many things to do. I don't know what to do. That's the concept we are going to now eradicate. First thing, get a list. Write all the activities. Then one by one ask the question, is it important? Yes. Is it urgent? No. Is it important? No. But is it urgent? Yes. Is it important? Yes. Is it urgent? Yes. Now you have a list, maybe from around 15 activities. Now you have a clear list based on a rank. Then you can rank them. You rank them based on the importance and urgency. Sometimes buying a pair of shoes may be very important, but it's not urgent. You might basically operate without them today. So likewise, you need to rank them first. So now at the end, you have a sheet with a rank. I'm going to do this activity first, the next one first, next one first. Maybe the most important one may be the fifth, but it doesn't matter because it's not urgent. Once you develop the list, then you can practically analyze what you're going to do today based on your 8 hours. Then you can list these activities I'm going to do today based on 8 hours. So that is the beginning of managing time. First, on a daily basis. Once you do that, you can convert to the entire week. But always remember, we cannot increase time. It is we who has to adjust our schedule according to the time based on the importance and urgency. Please remember that.
Management for life.
With Gajendra.
Let's see how to practice the schedule we discussed earlier. Now you have a schedule on a daily basis and a weekly basis. So once you have the schedule, now you can start your work. Once you finish every important activity, you can take it so that the most urgent one is now over. Once you finish about 3 activities, you become relaxed, happy, because the main thing is now out of your head. You can concentrate on the other one. Once the day is over, now you have done at least 7 to 8 activities which you are happy. In your organization, you can always show the others, listen, I have done this. So let's start again tomorrow. How do you know what's to be done tomorrow? In the remaining list, what is the prevailing activity becomes the first for tomorrow. So like that, you can manage your week. You will realize now, once you have a proper system, there are so many things you have tried to do which is not relevant and which should have clearly evaluated your position before doing it. Now that is the idea. So you need to know what is important for you, evaluating your position for you, for the job and the organization. Otherwise, we will be running with so many things to do, you really don't know what you're doing. Schedule is important, very, very important. Once you practice the schedule for a week, you can have it for the month. Even if you miss something, let's say, still you're on the right track. You can tell your boss in the organization, this is what I've done. I used my time. Nobody will have any problem with that because you have an overall schedule. Let me remind you something very, very important. Everybody is running a race, but very few people really understand why they are running, because people have no time to think. You get up in the morning, you go to work, you're either late or you're rushing. then after work you try to come home, you do whatever it is at home, then you sleep. You're just running the race. Just stop for a minute and think, why am I running this race? It is very, very important. People who are really successful know exactly what they are doing. Otherwise, what will happen is, with the existing work, with the existing social network, people really don't know why they are living. I repeat, people don't know why they are living because they don't manage themselves according to the time. I want you all to think a little bit and decide, are you surviving or living? If you are basically surviving, you're just running the race. You don't know what's going to happen. From tomorrow, you can start. Think and start, am I surviving or living? If you're living, prioritize your activities and then manage yourself according to time. You will be really successful in life, in office, and in whatever your business performance.